Hi, so welcome to this edition at the end of the day of 6th of September. So हम जल्दी से 7th of September की कुछ जल्दी से planning कर लेते हैं. It's a good day. There are a lot of stocks which are making all-time highs. So in general, try to stay with those stocks and don't go for cheap buying or stocks which are not near the all-time highs. This is going to be my main trading strategy for at least till Reliance is able to hold the levels of 2400 on a closing basis. So let's start quickly. So you can see nothing much. ABFRL, interesting structure. ACC, definitely a very interesting structure. Adani Enterprise as well as Adani Ports, both of them are looking good, and since last 2 days I have been talking about them. Try to keep them in your radar, and definitely I'm pretty sure they are going to move forward. Amraja battery is not interesting. Definitely Ambuja Cement making new all-time highs. So this is also one of the stocks which I would keep in my radar. Apollo Hospital, terrific structure. Apollo में बहुत जल्दी ही एक अच्छी breakout और एक अच्छी move आएगी, and we should always be ready with our money as well as with our ये बहुत Apollo Hospital बहुत अच्छी एक मूव देने वाली है. And Asian Paint definitely is also one of the companies which is in all-time high. So and on the top of that, Astral also is, as long as 2100 अगर hold कर पाई. मैं आज Astral में आज positions बना रहा हूँ. As long as 2100 के ऊपर closing आती है, there is absolutely nothing to worry. And from a target perspective, I can see definitely 2200 plus in the short term. और फार्मा वेरी वीक स्ट्रक्चर होती है. अगर ये 800 के ऊपर जल्दी से क्लोजिंग नहीं देती है, गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आई थिंक इट कैन ट्राई टू कम टूवर्ड्स द लेवल्स ऑफ 700. एक्सिस बैंक, perfect structure, and these are the companies which I mentioned: ACC, Adani Ports, Adani Enterprise, Ambuja, Apollo Hospital, Asian Paints, Astral and Axis Bank. ये सब A में ही आपकी इतनी सारी companies आ गई हैं. So why should you bother about going with all the laggards just like AU Bank or Pharma? So try to stay away from it. So with this, let's start with B. And so B BAJFINANCE. Very interesting structure. Very ये अगर ये level से इतनी अच्छी move देगी that you have absolutely no idea about the returns that you are going to get. We already made good money over here. You can see 3 sessions में consolidate करके within 1-2 sessions it was able to give a 500 rupees move. और अगर ये ऐसे ही चलता रहा, I think going forward 8000 would be a good target. Definitely also Balakrishna Industries, this is also looking good, and so going forward there can be more momentum in Balakrishna Industries. हम पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. Bata India is also able to hold this, and this is actually looking good. जब तक ये 1650 और 1700 आज थोड़ी सी डिप आई है, लेकिन there's nothing to worry. These sort of dips may be a good opportunity for value buying, and this particular structure is very similar to what you will also see in Escorts, which was able to close at day's high and gave a very good trading opportunity to us. BEL, अगर वो PSU नहीं होती तो हम इसको ट्रेड करते. हमने 190 में ही हमारा पोजीशंस क्लोज कर लिया था, एंड सिंस लास्ट 2 डेज हमने कोई पोजीशन नहीं बनाई. गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आई थिंक ये 200 में एक अच्छी रेजिस्टेंस आई है. लेट्स सी इफ इट इज एबल टू होल्ड द लेवल्स ऑफ 190. इफ नॉट, देयर कैन बी अ ड्रास्टिक फॉल. So Bharti Airtel, very good structure. Bharti Airtel में भी आपको, if you're interested, so as long as the levels of 650 are held. I don't like explicitly these 2 candles, and this is अगर ये इस तरह की candle होती, it would have been much better, and because trading is all about the game of probabilities, and so this is something which you have to take into consideration. BHEL, I don't know if you're interested. PSU है, because at the end of the day I already have a list of so many good companies, so why should I go for BHEL? BPCL में ये आज अच्छी कैंडल नहीं बनी है. Normally I would have expected candles like this with very small body, but let's see if it is able to hold the levels of 480. From a technical perspective, I think this has already overshot. हमारा टारगेट 475 था जो हमने फ्राइडे को ही हो गया था 485, and so this was already done on Friday, and now you can see it is inching towards 500. Britannia also very interesting, very good structure, and going forward अगर कोई भी 4000 में dip मिले, try to have that in your radar. And this with this we end our B, and now with C we have Canara Bank. Good structure, अभी तक भी इसमें कुछ खराबी नहीं है. It was able to close at 160. On the top of that, it's making high highs, high lows. This is absolutely fine. Our breakout level would be again 163, 164 right now. So tracking it and seeing if it is able to move past it. Today we took a short trade and that went well. Cholafin went towards 600 और यही हमारा target था, and now let's see if it is able to break out 600 levels. Cipla is dancing at 950, and there's nothing. It seems it's just making smaller candles, and I think one of these days it will give you a very explicit direction. Going forward, अगर ये 920 के नीचे आती है, so the direction would be more downwards. अगर ये 970 के ऊपर जाती है, so the direction would be upwards. COFORGE, fantastic structure. This is a dream structures which are getting created in COFORGE. So try to keep COFORGE definitely in your list for tomorrow, and this might be my first trade which I would be tracking. Cummins in India, it made an all-time high. आज सुबह में 9:30 11 बजे में ट्वीट किया था कि keep this in your radar, and this is exactly what happened. It closed at day's high and also at all-time high. So going forward, definitely Cummins would be one of the companies in our radar for further up move. This is a very good cup and handle formation which is going to come out. Maybe it will dip towards the levels of 1025, 1030, and then again it may continue. So this would definitely be in our radar. Concord, अच्छी structure है. I don't like this particular candle, so I think if it ever comes near 700, this is going to be a problem for Concord. जब तक ये इसी range में consolidate करती रहेगी, this is going to be good for any further up move from here. Dabur also looks really good. The structure is getting the candle sizes are getting smaller, so of course this is okay. So with this we and see, and now the Dabur looks good, and Deepak Nitrite are definitely a very good structure. It seems like very soon it will be able to take out the levels of 2400, and maybe then afterwards it will DV's very interesting structure, very good trading opportunity. 4-5 दिन हो गए हैं. I think going forward we can expect a big up move coming in the next 1 or 2 days. So try to keep DV's at this 5300 levels. We were already in the trade from this day onwards. Going forward, I think we would be able to make some more money. So with this we ended D. There's nothing much in Dr. Reddy. 5000 is a hurdle, so let's see if it is able to agar 4800 levels hold kar paye, so there's a chance for 5000, else this is again going to go for a dip. With this we end D. E mein Aisha is not interesting. Escorts, exactly, you see the structure over here, and this is exactly the structure which we were discussing earlier. Bahut achhi move hai, and going from forward from a technical perspective, 1400 is a psychological resistance. Agar ye 1400 leti hai, I won't be surprised to see all time high in Escorts, which is around about 1460 levels. Excite, very good structure, and consolidation has started. I think going forward Excite will keep on doing this. Our year structure is very similar to Tata Consumer structure, Tata Chemical or Tata Consumer, but basically this is a very well defined structure. So Excite would definitely be something of our radar, and maybe this is going to take this whole week, so don't expect much, but at least 2-3 दिन के बाद we will again come back to Excite. So with this we end E. With F and G, nothing much. Glenmark, so these are all box trades. Godrej, definitely Godrej Consumer Products, very good structure. 1100 levels was broken, and now it's consolidating. I think it will consolidate this for the next 2-3 days, and then we will again revisit. and definitely अगर कोई भी breakout आई we will take. Gujarat Gas हमने last week discuss किया था. This looks weak. It gave a closing below 700 and today you can see it went towards 685, closed the day's low, and going forward there is more weakness, and going forward I think levels of 650 are coming. In H, definitely Havels. We have been tracking Havels since these days, so especially, and this is always making all-time high. Going forward अगर ये levels of 1380 1390 अगर ये इस level पे नहीं आई, there will be a very good movement. HDFC, fantastic structure. I think all of these are just trying to consolidate, and maybe with any relax अगर कोई भी weakness आई, so this HDFC and SDFC, definitely SDFC will try to compensate that particular fall if it ever comes in Reliance. So at least at this point of time, there's absolutely no reason of getting into on the short side and trying to be on the wrong side of the trade, because ES structures, these are very good structures for imminent breakout, and just a level of 2800 would be a very strong breakout which can come in the very near term. SCL Tech, it made 1200 all-time high, so this was a structure which we were discussing. Of course, we were already in the trade, and it's actually going good, so I will definitely also try to keep SCL Tech in my radar. HDFC Bank, I don't like the structure of these candles, but I think going forward again, this 1600 is going to be a big thing for HDFC Bank, and agar 1600 ke upar closing deti hai, we will again enter HDFC Bank. SDFC Life, nice consolidation is happening. I think it will continue for 1 or 2 days, and then only we can be able to judge in which way this is going to come in. But at least for now, we can actually say that this is a good structure. But again, I don't means there are many other good structures which are there in the market, so I would actually just wait and watch for HDFC Life. Hindalco, very good, fantastic structure is coming out. It seems like there are positions getting added at the end of the day, and so Hindalco should definitely be in your radar. Agar ye PSU company nahi hoti, then I would have actually made some good trading bets on this one, but definitely I will trade on this one, but I will definitely try to keep a strict stop loss and try to be pessimistic about any breakout which comes in. Hindustan Unilever, very good structure, means these are few of the very big good companies जिसमें आप अच्छी positions बना सकते हो. These are good long-term investment related stocks which are at all-time high, and going forward I think this is going to give you a good return. With this we end H, and with I we have ICICI Bank, very good consolidation happening near 720s, and I think any position until and unless ये 700 की तरफ ना जाए, so there is absolutely not a problem. ICICI, this was a very good structure. It was forming, and the size of the candles were decreasing, and now you can see today there was a fall down because of the news flow, and so this actually is a good thing, because right now we know in which direction the trade is going to continue. Going forward, I think the levels of 1500 and below 1500 is going to come, and this might be a very good shorting opportunity for us, and we would be seeing. So it was at all-time high, but this particular news-based flow ruined this whole structure, else it was poised for a very good breakout towards 1700 levels for sure from a technical perspective. Similarly, ICICI Prudential Life, actually I think all these insurance based companies, they are right now getting a lot of volatility, and this is something which I don't like. I prefer to trade companies like this where the volatility is low and negligible, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको बहुत अच्छी आप 2500 का जो या 2600 का जो PE है, you can sell throughout the day. There is absolutely no movement, or even if the movement happens, it happens in the positive side. So because of time decay itself, you are going to get some really good intraday profit. On the top of that, I am more than happy to take delivery for companies like Hindustan Unilever, so that's actually not a problem for me. So IGL is also a very good breakout. हमने इस दिन से हमने इसको ट्रैक करना स्टार्ट किया था when it was able to close above 550, and from there it's now inching towards 575. So this trade is ongoing, and I think going forward there may be more interesting positions and more better opportunities for us. Indigo is right now inching towards 2000, so Indigo is also going good. Till now it's making high highs, high lows, and so it actually closed at all-time high also. So there's absolutely nothing to worry, and maybe going forward we can see some really good move in Indigo. Infi is also stuck in a box. 1700 or 1750 is इसी box में है, so there is not much of a trading opportunity. I think I have better options like ACL Tech and TCS, which also made an all-time high, which will come later on. So IRCTC हमारा 3000 का target था, which was met. It went towards 3040. Going forward, I think there are more positions added, and I think right now it will just try to consolidate over here. That would be awesome, and that is actually required if this company is poised to make new all-time highs in the coming sessions. So with this we end I, and now let's jump to J. There is nothing much in J other than Jubilant Food. Fantastic structure again, near all-time high, consolidating. These are exactly the trades which you should be in. So whenever these structures like this are formed, after that a very good move is comes. 4000 के नीचे जब तक closing नहीं आती, there's absolutely nothing to worry, and so it's right now at 4140 levels. So definitely these are very good trading opportunities which the market is offering. With this we end J. Let's start with KNL. Kotak Bank 1826. जब तक इसके ऊपर क्लोजिंग नहीं आएगी, don't even think about Kotak Bank. That's it. L&T Finance Housing, very good consolidation has been happening at 85 levels. Going forward, let's see if it is able to hold the levels of 82, 83. अगर 83 के नीचे ट्रेड करना स्टार्ट की, then the structure gets invalidated. लेकिन अगर 85 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग दी, this would actually make it a fantastic move going forward. VOLTAS is also making a very good consolidation, is in the consolidation phase, but I try to stay away from VOLTAS, especially because of the way this has actually moved in the past. So but if you are in the VOLTAS, if you have positions, so you should be happy. This is a perfect consolidation is happening near all-time high, and going forward you should be able to see much higher targets. And so from a target perspective, definitely 4250 looks like a good from a technical perspective, but it can overshoot towards 4300 plus levels if the conditions are right, and especially because of very low volatility and volume which these particular scripts have. They tend to have a huge volatility. L&T, fantastic. L&T is all at all-time high, consolidating and getting ready for the next move, unless and until we see a big candle structure, something like this इसमें जो body की size है, ऐसे body की size जब तक नहीं आएगी, there is nothing to worry even if it is closing at days low. This is absolutely perfectly fine, and going forward I think L&T might be one of my first trade other than COFORGE, as I mentioned earlier, for tomorrow. LTI 550 levels हो गए हैं, and this is a trade which we have been taking since 5000 levels. We already got our 10% return. So ये already last दिन में ही 5500 levels पे गई थी, और आज भी वहीं पे ही है. So going forward I think it will consolidate, and if it is able to move past 5500, then we will make more positions. LTS, perfectly fine structure. I think LTTS and LTI might take 1 or 2 sessions to move, but you never know. Lupin, not good of a structure. हमने कल इसको बोला था कि any weakness below the levels of 960 is going to be detrimental, and we wanted a closing above 1000. आज ये जाने की कोशिश की थी, लेकिन ये कर नहीं पाई in the closing. So but at least it's making high lows. So let's see if it's able to close above 1000 levels. Then only some strength will come in Lupin. MFIN Finance is also looking losing some steam at higher levels. So I think 177 is actually, it went towards 175, but 177 is a good resistance for MFIN. So let's see how it moves. So I definitely won't be tracking it tomorrow. Marico, good structure, but I don't like the size of this candle. But still, I think जब तक 550 के नीचे closing नहीं आती, there's nothing to worry, and maybe it will consolidate more. Maruti is in a box, nothing more. McDowell, United Spirits, also is consolidating at 750 levels, which is good after making a 52-week high. So there can be more chances. I think Metropolis ka 3000 ke upar closing is only the way out, and that will give more strength to Metropolis, and maybe then it can actually shoot towards 3200 in intraday. So MFSL stuck in a box, 1050 and 1100 levels ke andar, and right now I think this is getting smaller, and going forward it has to take a direction. Preferably I have positions, so I would prefer definitely 1100 and above, at least 1100, where my normal strategy is to close all my positions which I'm carrying, and then again create fresh ones as and when it's able to move forward. But let's see, we never know. Tomorrow it can be so jo bhi hai 1050 ke niche closing would be detrimental for this particular structure. MGL is also a very good bullish structure is there, and MGL together with IGL, as we saw, both of them should be in your radar, and going forward there can be much better moves. Together with that we have Mindtree, very good structure, making all-time highs every day, and there is more steam left. I think it will try to consolidate over here. MPHASIS, ये हमने कल भी डिस्कस किया था, and you can see today it closed at all-time high. Definitely there are a lot of positions which have got added in MPHASIS, and so this would definitely, together with COFORGE and LNT, it would be in my radar. To do MRF, I don't like the size of this candle, nothing much. Muthoot is dancing at 1500 levels. Naam made a good move towards all-time high. जब ये 431 432 में था, then I tweeted and I closed my positions, and I think going forward if it is able to hold the levels of 420, it will consolidate and it will go for new all-time high. This is okay. With this we start N, right? And similarly we have National Alum. This is when it made a 52-week high at 98. I tweeted from there it went to 102, but as I tweeted, I don't trade PSUs at 52-week highs, so this was all my trades were closed at 98 at a 52-week high, and after that I have no positions. Going forward, if you have positions, try to see if it is able to move past the levels of 100 tomorrow. Naukri, very good structure. Naukri is one of my favorite companies, and Naveen Fluorine definitely is also one of my both of them have very beautiful structures. Together with that, Nestle India, we already talked about Nestle India in the weekend, and so this is also a very good structure, and going forward there is a huge run possible in Nestle India. NMDC is in a box, NTPC not interesting. So with this we end N, and with O we have ONGC. 125 was our target. It went towards 124.35, and then from there it closed at 122ish level. Going forward, I think still 125 would be possible, and it has to give a closing above 125. From a short-term perspective, I think 129 would be achievable if it is able to hold this levels of 120. With PEL 1700 2700 is acting like a good resistance, but the good thing is, since these days you can see it's making higher highs, higher lows, and so this is any closing above 2700 would be something of interest to me. Petronet also was in our radar, and it yesterday it was able to close आज एक बहुत अच्छी 230 के नीचे आके एक अच्छी डिप मिली उसको, and then it was able to close at so 227 right now is acting like a 227 228 is acting like a good support. Going forward we have to see if Petronet is able to move past the levels of 232, so this would be a new breakout trade which we would be interested in. PFC, Pfizer is also a very good consolidation at 6000 levels, and going forward अगर ये 6000 को hold कर पाई, there is a very good move which is going to take it towards a 6400 target from a technical perspective. Both Pidilite and PI Industries, both of my favorite companies, both near all-time highs, and I am not stupid that I won't be tracking them and adding positions as and when the breakout comes, and I am definitely very positive about these two particular companies. Together with that, power grid, you can see it's sliding towards 170, और ये हमने इस दिन में बोला था कि it will go towards 170. It went towards 186, and then again it was not, closed at 180, and then we were confirmed. From there you can see it took some sessions, but is inching towards the levels of 170. And it seems like there can be more weakness. 180 gap of closing is the only way out for Petronet to have some strength in the short term. PVR was able to go towards 1395, जो हमारा एक साइकोलॉजिकल एक टारगेट था, एक्चुअली वे 1399 तक गई है, which is 1400 levels, and the only reason is because of this nice consolidation which happened, which lasted for 15 sessions. You can see I think going forward I would be tracking PVR if it is able to move past 1400. So अगर 1400 के ऊपर closing देती है PVR, so that would be a very good structure to trade. With this we end P. With R we have let's do quickly. Ramco Cement looking very good, REC Limited looking very good, but this is again a PSU, so not much. Reliance, a very good structure, and if you are it was not even able to come towards 2400, so I think going forward there will be more strength as long as 2400 violating hoti hai on a closing basis, and especially it will get weaker with 2355 2362 levels. ये levels जब तक आती नहीं है, so there is still strength in Reliance, and I would really suggest you to not go and short Reliance in any way. Try to follow the trend, and it will definitely give you a good return. With this we end R. With S we have SBI Life, very good structures forming, but one of the things as I mentioned earlier कि मैं insurance companies में एक generic एक वो देख रहा हूँ, so whenever they are trying to go towards all-time high and they are showing strength, some news or the other comes in and it actually has a bad effect on this particular company. इसको छोड़ के this, which is something how the market plays out, so there is a psychological game as well as a technical game. So from a technical perspective this looks awesome for all-time high, preferably 1300 plus levels. Lekin from a psychological level, the way this market is coming out with news, first with HDFC Life and then with ICICI GI, so I think it's better that I won't be tracking this one. So State Bank of India, perfect structure is coming out on this one. जब तक 425 levels नहीं दिखते हैं screen में, तब तक there is nothing to worry. And going forward I think अगर 428 levels अगर hold कर पाई, so going forward there is a huge strength, and definitely 444 is coming out in the short term. Shree Cement, just like all cements companies, is also in an up move. Very good consolidation is happening. Siemens, I told yesterday about how I am going to move out of Siemens, and the reason is pretty simple. You can see it broke this trend line which we were following on our trading, जो मैंने बहुत दिन पहले से ही ट्वीट किया था, maybe from this day or this day onwards. So I was interested both in Siemens as well as in Havels. Both of them made all-time high. Siemens made an all-time high 2 sessions ago, and now you can see there is these structures are not good because the size of the candles are much bigger, and so I think this is now going to be stuck in a box between 2150 and 2300 levels. SRF, very good consolidation is happening. Going forward it will go for a new all-time high. 11,000 definitely seems to be in the cards. And Shriram Transport Finance, yeah, this is on a multi-session high, but again we will see how this moves, and also have to see of where this 52-week high of Shriram Transport Finance is. If these are near 52-week high, all-time high, then this is a very fantastic structure for new all-time high. Sun Pharma is also consolidating. 800 was our target, which was met, and from there it's now down to 780 levels. Let's see if it is able to move and close above 800. That will give more strength to Sun Pharma. Sun TV is definitely one of the companies I told explicitly to avoid these it's a very bearish structure is coming out of it, and especially agar 480 ka levels agar breach kiya, it will definitely have a drastic fall towards 450 levels. With this we end S. With T we have Tata Chemical is also struggling. Let's see if it is able to close above 850 on a closing basis. Tata Motors also 300 and 306, very strong resistance. These are very typical bearish structures. Any big fall below the levels of 290 will actually take it much further below. So this is something really bad. Tata Power also very bearish structure, and this is exactly what I said earlier yesterday, that it was consolidating. And now you can see today it was not able to take out the levels of 135, and this the way the trade happened was it was more towards 134 plus levels in the morning, and then eventually it fell, and then 133, when 133 got broken, it actually also went and broke 132. Going forward, it seems like it's again going to correct and again fall towards the levels of 128 in the short term. So as I mentioned earlier, as long as closing above 135 or at least 135 is not seen in the screen, I won't be interested. Tata Chem, very good consolidation, rounding pattern, and now I think Tech Mahindra would be able to make new all-time highs, and definitely this is a trade which should be in your radar, together with TCS also. Nice consolidation is happening, and I think going forward 4000 seems a very good target for short term. Titan is also one of the very good companies, जो all time high 2200 2000 के ऊपर closing दी है. So definitely it should be in your radar, and maybe going forward we can see some consolidation in these levels for the next 2-3 sessions, and then we can see where the company moves. Torrent Pharma just like gave us a move. This is a typical bearish structure, and then going forward I think there is going to be more weakness, and definitely agar ye 3100 levels ko bhi breach karti hai, it will again go towards the levels of 3000. Trent, one of my favorite companies, it is going to give you a very good return, and I am hoping today is the 5th day of this consolidation. Definitely Trent is going for new all-time high. I hope that nothing adverse comes out of it, because I have positions in Trent, and so let's hope for the best, because that's what you do. You only hope, and also you act as and when the market throws up things at you. So Torrent Power also weak structure. 500 हमारा टारगेट था, वो ऑलरेडी अचीव हो गई थी 6-7 सेशंस पहले. उसके बाद वी आर वेटिंग फॉर अ क्लोजिंग अबाउट 500 ऑन टोरेंट पावर. जब तक वो नहीं आती है, देयर इज नॉट मच ऑफ इंटरेस्ट टू अस. So with this we end T, and with the U we have UBL. Very fantastic consolidation is happening. New all-time highs is definitely in the cards. Try to see 16,000 above closing for और ये अगर आ गई तो from a technical perspective 1800 would be a very good target. Other than that VEDL typical bearish structure. अगर 300 के नीचे अगर आ गई, so some breakdown, and then eventually just like this it will go, and then one day it will give you a big red candle, and then all your game is over. And so I think this is something which traders have to take care of. Also we have Ultrachem, which is a nice consolidation is happening at all-time highs, and so this was a company which we selected few sessions ago, and from there we got a very good move. वो वीडियो मैंने पोस्ट किया था together with Hindalco and DIVISLAB, and all of them made all-time highs in just the next session. VOLTAS is also very good. Wipro fantastic. ये हमने कल ही बोला था कि it's consolidating, and it's going for the levels of 670, and today it went for actually 690. That's what happens when there's such a nice consolidation structure which happens, and this is exactly what's going to come very soon for companies like Trent. So Trent maybe यही same एक candle देखना चाहता हूँ. From here I think it will just try to consolidate and try to get some support from the levels of 670, and then only it will be able to move, and that would be the best way forward. अगर कोई भी erratic move आती है, then there can be a huge sell off, and then the whole structure will get invalidated. So with this I end the video. Hope this video is going to give you some ideas. Keep also VOLTAS, as we mentioned earlier. it has been making. हमने Voltas और Exide Industries we selected both of them, and this was actually a good trade, and as you can see there was a nice move which came in both of these companies. So that's all, folks. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video is going to help you in finding your trades. A lot of companies, a lot of interesting structures. Try to stay with the companies which I explicitly mentioned. ये companies के साथ आप रहोगे, so you would be in the trend and you would be in the right trade. Of course, the market is supreme and any erratic move can come, any breakdown can come. So you should be also happy to take your stop loss as per your appetite and as per your risk management. But definitely मेरे लिए all of these structures, PI Industries, Pidilite, PVR, Tech Mahindra, Trent, UBL, Voltas, Wipro, Navin Fluorine, Naukri, MPHASIS, Mindtree, IGL, MGL, you know all of them, Hindalco, Jubilant Food, Hindustan Unilever, Britannia, L&T Finance Housing, L&T, LTTS, LTI, DIVISLAB, Deepak Nitrite, COFORGE, Cummins, Britannia, Balakrishna Industries, Axis Bank, Bajaj Finance, Astral, Apollo Hospital, Ambuja, ACC, Adani Ports and Adani Enterprise. All of these companies are looking good. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye-bye.